Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Ladder Legends replay analysis. This is going to be from one of our recent Master 1s. It is Mr. Cost Phoenix. He's in a PvT currently against an absolute douchebag. IrishLadTwo, not a very nice guy, you know. You could probably be 6K if you weren't such a dingleberry. Okay. Alright, we're going to be going for Nexus before Core. What time did that go down, by the way? I need to look. 105. We go 19 Nexus. 19 Nexus should go down at 121. Oh, we go 20 Nexus. Okay. So with this, you go... It's supposed to be 19 Nexus, 20 Core, if I'm not mistaken. So your Nexus is like 10 seconds late. But you do get your probe... Like, the next probe does come out more quickly. The reason why, at least what I would assume, why you want to do it 19 Nexus, because that 10 seconds, right? It's 10 seconds you could be making a probe on the natural, which will make up for, just about make up for the probe. I'm sure it actually makes up the difference. Very nice spot. We almost get a kill on the SCV. Reaper coming in. Unit being chronoed. We get a Stalker. So our unit is just late. I think our core must have been a little late. The unit starts usually at 211. If I'm not mistaken, it should be starting at around 211. 207, actually. 211, between 211 and 27. Or 207 and 211. Gosh, you're jumbling my words today. Ours started at 217, though. So see, the Reaper's already here. The unit's supposed to be popping out as the Reaper gets here. You know, we lose one probe. That's fine. I don't know why I said useless game. I don't remember what that was, but every Terran action requires... Yeah, shut up, bro. Someone call a ambulance for this guy. And play a different race. You absolute dingleberry. Yeah. What was that 500 APM? Just losing the Reaper for free? Crazy. If you'd have grenaded the units and then ran past, maybe you could have got an actual scout. Like, come on, dog. Come on, my man. All right. Very good timing on the wall. So we're going for 3-gate blink. Okay. Oh, charge. We're doing charge opener. All right. I haven't looked at the exact build order guide that you're using yet, so. You lost a lot of probes to his mine drops. So that probably helped me losing the game. That's almost always an instant loss, in my opinion. Depending upon how many is too many, you know? I think an acceptable amount of losses between both Widow Mines is like 8 max. After that, it's like... If I lose more than 8 workers, I all in them every time. We lost 11. Like, that's a few too many. Like, we need to... Well, this is also a pretty big mistake, not getting our workers back to mining. We should have... To circumvent this kind of damage, right? We want to be getting them... What was going on here? Was it the Hellion coming in? Okay. But you have Stalkers plus Shield Battery. We shouldn't even need to pay attention to this at all. It's a single Hellion. But after this happens... Oops. We need to be... Our priority should immediately shift to... starting workers as fast as possible, plus chrono boosting the next side, all of them at once. We gotta we gotta cut down the amount of time that we are now lowered on economy to like make the gap as tiny as possible. Yeah, 11's a lot. Probes aren't back mining. Come on, Cost Phoenix, mine, please. Okay, now they're back mining, and now we started workers. So that was actually, if we're talking about things that lost you the game, we're not using our chrono boost energy nearly as much as we could be. Like, this one's about to be max. It's a really good way to catch back up with what we're doing, but it was definitely the workers and the combo of the two. You put yourself significantly behind there. I'm talking, like, look at the income. It would have already been back to, like, 1,600 or so. You probably netted yourself 400 to 500 less minerals this minute because of this. And not only because of the workers that were not mining here, but because of the potential workers that could have already been out via the chrono boost in production. This guy is pissing me off. Workers back to mining. So remember something, or there's a principal thing you need to get in the habit of doing whenever you're running probes away from stuff. You run them away, and then you shift click them back to the mineral line. That way, like, if you notice, your units dealt with it by the time it would have gone off or anything like that, so the workers could have already been returning. We're just losing time. We're giving him unnecessary extra damage. Like, if they would already be on their way back had you shift click them, right? Instead, now you had to spend the actions getting rid of this mine and then shift click them back. So we're just losing a lot of mining time, and if it's reflected down here in how much income we are receiving per minute. I like that we went for Storm as a comeback mechanic. It is a very strong tool. So you see a scan like this. This indicates an attack. We want to posture here, check, and we would see him going up this ramp, and then we would know to go this way. You want to be meeting him out where he's at, and then we also need to be chrono boosting our gateways and using our gateways if they're available. We're supply blocked at 85. That's pretty rough. Never want to be chasing if possible. This sentry needs to be in the back for Guardian Shield, and Guardian Shield needs to be popped before you start the fight. Very important. And we also need to check if we have Warping Money, which I'm assuming we do. Try to pair everything up together. Like, we could pair this up with this Immortal. Half decent first Storm. Sorry. Very good second Storm. I thought this guy had 500 APM. Come on, IrishLadTwo. How are you losing 25 Marines to a Storm that was very predictable? Okay, take note of how aggressive this guy is being too, right? Nice split. I respect it, Cos Phoenix. But let's just, you know, let's not stoop down to their level. We're trying to win here, right? So you will say all that you need to say whenever your screen says victory and his says defeat. These kinds of people, they cannot accept the idea of being worse than their opponents. Their ego does not allow them to accept that. So the absolute best way you can get back at them is by having their screen say defeat at the end. How many gates do we have? We're at 60 workers. With some chronos, we could have definitely been on full 3-base saturation at this point. Like, look how much extra energy we have. We have 5 additional chronos. And now we've just been behind in supply. The early game economy was really what was hurting us. We want to be targeting Marauders with these. Gonna get some Storms in here. Feed back the Medevacs. One thing we also needed to start immediately after charge was Blink. That way we could be catching these Medevacs. Nice with the recall. We're doing a pretty decent job. Now, not having this pylon would already be done, so this is definitely a mistake not already having these pylons to be back up. And it's just causing us to. We're just getting further and further behind at this point. We haven't taken a 4th base. How many gateways do we have? We only have 6. We could be up to like 8 or 9 on 3 bases. 10 max. We don't have any other forms of splash damage coming except for the Templar. Which Templar can do the job, but you want to be working your way towards additional things like Colossi or something like that. Multiple forms of splash. Okay. This is one thing that I noticed you do multiple times this game that we have to stop doing, which is you need to let the Zealots finish their charge against Widow Mines. Because at the Zealots are gonna, the moment they started charging while they're in the Widow Mine range, they're going to die. Because they're just going too fast to slow down fast enough for you to be able to grab them and pull them back. So you need to let the Zealot excuse me. You need to let the Zealot finish the charge, because when he finishes the charge, not only will he get at least the first initial hit of the swipe off, it will also drag the Widow Mine damage to the Marines and Marauders, causing friendly fire. But when we do this movement right here, where we charge, and then you see we walk away, now maybe we pull away for Storm, but it's just getting the Widow Mine splash damage would probably cause this group of 4 or 5 Marines to just straight up die here. Whereas more than likely what's going to happen, this one might die to Storm. The other ones are definitely going to survive though, and then we're just going to lose these Zealots for free. See? So yeah. the early game economy mistakes, even post Widowmine drop, like the Widowmine drop is what started it, but the economy mistakes we made right after, and then right after the next part of the Widowmine drop, are what caused us to be so far behind in this game. Without those mistakes, I think, and not starting Blink as well, so we can't chase and catch the medevacs. Without those mistakes, I think we would have been in a more than fine spot in this game. We need to clean up our defense against Widowmines, which just have someone like Coach Calix, myself, Red practice Widowmine dropping you, and we can just lab that like a hyperbolic time chamber a little bit. Do that for a couple hours. Once you get that down, I guarantee you cream dudes like this all day long. Like this guy deserves to lose the game. He's actually just a bad man or human being. So we should take him down a notch in his ego by beating him. You know, like I'll personally give you an hour or two of just labbing Widowmine drops and people who play like this and breaking down their psychology. That way, if you ever run into some moron like this again, we have no problem wiping the floor with him, okay? Thank you so much, Cost, for submitting the replay. It was a pleasure going over it as always. If you guys are watching and did enjoy this, please do consider subscribing and make sure we check out Ladder Legends for the best coaching / improvement community around right now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.